I'm live. Ugh, these wires are just upside down. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, preparation is always nuts. Just preparation is always nuts. Letting the cat out. Let the cat out. Where can I begin? I started to get prepared, and now my desk is a freaking mess. I wish I had a camera that can show you the desk. I got to move my stuff over. Crayons, and I should have did this before. Maybe I can start over and the video will be a little bit cleaner. I don't like clean the clutter. Clean the clutter. It's not all clutter. Oh my God, there's a card here, a plastic card. Oh, and a wallet. Take the wallet and put this in the wallet. Do we really need all of this? Seriously, I want to ask you a question. In your region, wherever you live, are there any dogs outside on their own? Dogs have a curfew? Should dogs be let off the leash? What about your local cat that snuck out? Imagine if you can't let your cat out. Like, that wouldn't be fair. Not being fair to your... I mean, there's all kinds of things going on in the world about fairness, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Who's the judge? Who creates the analysis? Maybe we shouldn't have any pets in the house, but yet pets are good therapy. How do we know that the Creator didn't give us certain animals to have in the house? In fact, you can have any animal in your house. But in respect to all of those of where you choose to live and respecting the others, maybe you shouldn't have any animals in your house. And then sometimes we have no choice to live at these places for whatever alter reason. It's just not fair. Is it ever always fair? Because you don't like something somebody else is doing or said, it's unfair and unjust to you? Maybe you are not in full swing of the seagull, of the balance. Like the way the wings go down at the end, it's all telling a story. Everything in this world, we can say universe, but the odd time, right? Oh my God, it happened the odd time. How do you know what happened throughout the last million years? Because the odd time could have happened 3 times, but it could have been the odd time. Now, if it was the odd time, what is the even time? And it's on the other side of the street. I know, I look across the street, all odd addresses. They're all odd. They look silly to me. On my side, it's all even. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do you appreciate? Don't count 10 in this, because 10 ain't an even number. No way. Not in this world. Never has been. 1 plus 0 equals 1. And that's pretty odd to me. In fact, 1 seems to get in between everything. Now, what is everything? What value can you give to everything, and where is everything? Is it all around 1? Does it have anything to do with the corners, or is it just the inside of all around 1? See, when I take this dice cube, or this one, I'm gonna have to get my color marker over here, because these are obligations. You can't see them unless you do the artwork, right? And there's dimensional artwork. I'm only doing sticks. Okay, I'm only doing sticks. And what I want to do is I have to do it with the number 5. And the only way to really do it is a straight line and a curve. And a straight line, okay? And I can do it and cut it short and make a curve. Right? I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me get some light on this. Let me see if we can get some light on this. Are we seeing any of this? No, doesn't seem like it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do it on paper. So let me put, just 1 second. Put this away. Let me put these on my head. Hold on a second. 2 lights here, 1 light there. And there's a freaking big light show outside. I see it up in the sky, shining right on down. This paperwork here, this paperwork here, this and this and this. Paperwork, paperwork. Oh my God, so much paperwork. How can you teach anybody without reflecting on something that you didn't remember? So you reflected on it, and now you're teaching it. And you have paperwork, and you filed it, and you put it away, and you want to share it. And sometimes you prove, or you tell the people it looks so fancy, and you prove to the people, and then they believe, and you can lead them in any direction just because you created a science that only you understand. But the science I have, everybody lives with it every day, and everybody has to understand my science, because my science, that's right, not my science, my added science. I'm just an add-on to whatever existed before. Whatever I do is just an add-on. Gematria didn't create it. Chaldean didn't create it. The Hebrew numbers didn't create it, didn't create any numbers around the world. I don't know if it's up in the sky over there, and it says go, chi, shi, roko, unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, 11, 12. Hey, how is everybody? I didn't create anything. Just the easy A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and the star system math. Now, obviously, I lost where I was, and I don't have a blue pen. Okay, now I have a Jamie blue pen. Okay, now where was I? Where was I? Yes, trying to refocus myself. I guess the moose. Well, they're still out. Moose are still. I wonder if the moose are going to go in tonight, like at 8 o'clock or at 8:30 or at 9 o'clock. You think the moose are going to go in tonight? Because you know what season this is? Does anybody know what season this is? What time of the year should the certain animal just like go inside? That's the time of the year now. I'm living in that year right now. The moose, when it's duck hunting season, the ducks just want to be inside. If they knew it was duck hunting season, they would be inside. So why am I inside after a certain hour of the day? Why are there so many restrictions on a human being when the animals just roam free? Sure, blame it on an animal. Blame it on an animal. Be careful, insects are not the same. Not in my line of work. My line of work separates the insects from all the other animals. For me, an insect, I like to know the vibration of these insects, because for me, they are completely electronic, told what to do by the main source. The same thing is like the bees. So when you take the bees away, what happens? And that's why the bees are so important. And check out the vibration and understand the bee. Because in order for life to survive, in fact, I can't tell you something from my mouth. I'm going to tell it to you from Google. Google is going to be my witness. I had one video removed on me, right? And I don't want it to happen again, so I'm going to look for truth on Google. Google, what will happen if all the bees in the world just disappeared? And the answer is right here. What would happen? BBC Future. Hold on a second. Let me set this page up. And set this page up. Hold on a second. Moving things in order. And here's my camera here. I got a lot of lights on me, so I got to get them out. I can't see. Okay, so here it is. Whoops, sorry about that. Here it is. It would mean a lot more than fewer stings and breakfast options. Maddie Moat reveals just how much we depend on bees and how close we are to losing them. What is the date of this? Science, Environment, and Biology, bbc.com. We're going to do this right from the profession, from the professionals, from those who know everything and all. So we go down over here. Here we would be without bees. As far as an important species goes, they are top of the list. They are critical pollinators. They pollinate 70 of the around 100 species that feed 90% of the world. Honeybees are responsible for 30 billion a year in crops. Honeybees are responsible for 30 billion a year in crops. 30 billion ain't a lot. They ain't showing you a big enough number. That number's got to be bigger. So anybody out there that studies or knows anything about crops, or if you're into farming, check this out. Because 30 billion, that's a tiny number. Okay? If they're talking about the world, they are critical pollinators. They pollinate 70% around 100 crop species that feed 90% of the world's 90 crop species. Honeybees are responsible for 30 billion a year in crops. That's only the start. We may lose all the plants the bees pollinate, all of the animals that eat those plants, and so up the food chain, which means the world without bees could struggle to sustain global human population of 7 billion. Our supermarkets would have half the amount of fruits and vegetables. It gets worse. We are losing bees at an alarming rate. Possible reasons include loss of flowers, meadows, crab-like, Vario mite, feeds blood, climate change, and pesticides. You see, they had to add in the climate change, right? But that is always, okay, use of pesticides and climate change. We can't even include this because we don't know for 1,000 years exact how everything fit together during the changes of climate that changes all the time. It snowed yesterday, by the way. Okay, it snowed yesterday. So if we take climate change, if we take the billions of years that this planet has been here and we compare it to one of our years, it snowed yesterday. On Earth Day, April 22nd and April 21st, 21st and 22nd. UV, the UV ray. So you got it right there. So we're going to get back on camera, see if we can get back into this video. I hope everything was on the up and up. There was something that fell on the floor. I had to pick it up. Okay, my headphones are plugged into it. So I have to answer a message. Just give me a second. Okay, so the moose is still running loose tonight. The bear will only hibernate at a certain time of the year. What is that hibernation? What does it mean? What does it mean towards the entire outer space? What about the sun? What about the sun? What number are we going to give the sun? You know, if I put the sun, should I put the sun over here? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Should I put the sun here between 4 of these? Or should I just put the sun in between the 4? How should it be? Should the sun be inside the block? Or if the sun was on here, it would be inside the block. How do we find the center of that block? How do we find the center of this block? Two different style blocks telling 2 different stories. These are all 1/4 of one whole.
here we have 4 quarters per block, in which 4 of the quarters are even numbers. Whoop. And 4 of the corners are odd. The odd numbers are multiply, and they create this. Did I do that right? Let me see this. I have to look at the odd numbers. Yes, the odd numbers. That's the odd numbers. That's the odd numbers. Okay. There's the odd numbers right here. Over here. Those are the odd numbers. Here, 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 and here. The even numbers are all in between. The even numbers are all in between. And when it's even, it's a plus. When it's odd, it's a multiply. That's just what this says over here. But that's debatable. Can we make this cell any smaller? The gridiron, absolutely. It's all about the gridiron. Here it is, every single page. It's the gridiron. It's how you set it up on the gridiron. And everything needs a little bit of space. We need a little bit of space. We can go 2 by 2 by 2. Each one is going to tell a story. 2 by 2 by 2. We can go 1, by 1 by 1. Can we do what would happen if we went inside here? Right? If we wanted to do an inside. If we did it on the outside, it's 2 by 2. Okay, this is outside. If we do it on the inside, it's 1 by 2, because there's 1, 1, 1, 1, and then over here is 2, 2, 2, 2. They're all telling you their own story. The story is right there. So now we'd have to, what would we do to create this one over here? These are all ones, right? So if I did all these in ones, I'd go 1, 1, 1, 1. And then over here, I'd have 2, 2, 2, 2. Unlike this one over here, which went 2's on the flats. Now it's 1's on the flats. But inside over here, what is the size of the next? What is the size of that next? The minimum size. That's the minimum size. The minimum size in here becomes the square. And then the minimum size in here becomes the singular square. And that's what we were doing over here. The singular square, or the 9-point square, 4 and 9. I don't want to count the one in the center, sorry, 4 and 8. And then each one gets a dot in the center telling a story. But in this one, it also gets these in-between dots over here. So not only you have 3, 6, 9, you also have the in-between dot here, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you have 12 plus 1 in this one over here. And in this one over here, you have 4 plus 1 equals to 5 equals to 13. M-E, 13 plus 5 equals 18 equals R. M-E-R. And once you have this, we always carry the S. Or you can also carry other letters, but I'm just carrying the S. Because what happens is the 17, 18, and 19, these two are almost, how can I say, they're hooked together. They create number 39. They're part of a family. It's the angel spirit. I'm not really sure which way to write it, but it's Aries. That's what it says. It says Aries. And remember, Mercury has Mars moons. So Phobos and Deimos. And Venus has Earth moon, Luna, Una. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty close to pulling a mooner. What do you think? Sunvey, Sunvey, mooner. I'm just thinking here. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Okay, so we did this, and then I was looking at this. These words over here, the cure. And the funny thing about any cure, it's all about time. It's not only about time. Everything works on percentage, averages. Everyone is different. You don't know. You don't know which one of every 8. Just remember that in numbers, it's 1 out of every 8. So I like to look at life that it is me and then 7 others. That's the way I look at the 7 billion in the world, me and 7 billion others. But in the 7 billion others, okay, I'm going to say there's only 1 billion. And the reason I'm mentioning this 1 billion is that everything becomes 1/8. So there's 1/8 of the people actually in the world. So we're actually 1 billion people in the world. In which scenario do I want to use this? The billions are kings. Why? Because it says lion, and I just say lion king. So if it's lion king, is it the Bill King? 1 Bill King. 1 Bill King. 1 Bill King. King. Who's the king of the gates? 1 Bill King of the gates. Close the gates. Close the gates. Protect yourself. Save the bees. Leave the sun. Global disturbance. Let me speak to the camera for a second. The sun is ultimately very important over anything. If you, I don't want my video to get blanked out, right? So I'm going to say it this way. If I say anything different and what I think and believe, that is only the entertainment part of this video. This is entertainment, my friends. So whatever I say, don't believe it, because this is all science fiction. So I look into the sky and I read online. It says a certain gentleman wants to blot out the sun to help global warming. This planet has been here for thousands and billions of years. Do you think all of a sudden the little dust that we put in our air that we can't see, but yet when you go up and up, yet it's only altering us, and we can change it so easily if it's us? And what can we actually know? How sophisticated are we over the past to know exactly what happens? And if I get into the second level of this conversation, then it's only because of what I see, and this is not what we're all about. We're all about numbers and numbers in science and wordplay. A-N, Army, Navy. A-N-A, Army, Navy, Air Force. Mars Aereo. Mars Aereo. Mars Aereo. DR Drim Dim Rim. Anyways, you can see what I wrote, right? So, and this is what we get over here. We get this. This is my result. And this is going to tell me a story about I can design this two ways, and I'm going to see if I have my deck of cards here, or if I don't, I'm gonna go get my deck of cards and show you what I'm getting to. Okay, I'm coming. I'm just getting a drink. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Just getting something to drink over here. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Okay. Deck of cards. Thanks to Jamie from Altered Images, Oklahoma. AI. Look at the card. Oh, Pat, come on. Please. This is the picture card. The way the jack, it's sliced. Look the way the slice. Look at the suit. You see what this over here? It's wrapped. If you notice, the wrapping starts right over here. It wraps up here and it finishes in this corner. Have you ever looked at it that way? This goes up here. It goes down here, over here. I'm not sure exactly what it does. I'm not sure if it's folded up here and then going over his shoulder. Okay, there's a whole mishmash going on in here. I don't really know the whole thing. Sometimes I can envision something if I stare at it long enough. The snail in the hair. See the line underneath the chin? Me, it tells me it's a mask over his head. He's wearing a mask. Now we're all wearing masks. See his question mark mustache, the one eye. This is one eye, my friends. Is this where Earth Moon comes in, one eye? Is this the king of one eye? The Diamond King? And what is this suit doing? What do we see the design of this suit? What was in the mind of the person who designed these suits? And I'm questioning, are all the cards with suits that look similar to that? What's going on? So when you say the Ace of Spades and you show the beehive, what went on over here? What went on? Did we encompass the beehive? What's going on? Consolidated dollar T. So now we're going to go ahead and look for the, here's a king. And you see that sword? See the way there's three parts to it? Or if you actually look at the sword, let me see if you can look at the sword properly. I'm not sure if you can see what I see. But it looks like a tall building standing up, right? You see that? Just a tall building standing up next to him. One here, and then you can't see this one over here. Just give me a second. Now he's got two eyes. So this one, right, could be the two eyes of Demas and Phobos. The queen, her suit. But I'm looking basically for the swords. I wanted to find the swords because, anyways, just to get back, we're gonna hold on a second. Oh, I'm looking for the jacks, and I got two of the jacks here. Both of these jacks, the diamond and the club, okay, I'm going to relate them to the two eyes, Phobos and Demas. And I'm thinking about the one nose. Anyways, we didn't talk about, before I was talking about where is the sun. Okay, let me just go back to this. So I was talking about the deck of cards because of, is it this way to look the building? Yeah, I'm going to do it this way. All right, that was that building that we were talking about. And this one over here, we do it that way. So now what is this over here? You see the passage between the two is right here. And it starts two off of that area. So we're going to, it starts two off of that area. Oh, what was that? So it starts two off of that area here and two off of that area here. Not sure what that's supposed to do. Since it starts two off, should I be going two off over here also? But this is on this side. What design comes out of this? Because I didn't do the same thing here. I could have went inside. Here, should I go outside? Should I go outside? I should have went outside to start with. And this was inside, right? Maybe I could have went a little bit further. Maybe I could have went all the way up, right? Should I go all the way up? Should I go, let me go one more. Should I do it this way? See, I can't. I must end here. I must end in a point. I must end in a point because the outside of the inside meets at the four corners right over here. But the outside, I got my four corners are up over here or down over here. They're not the same. So if I stretch this one out 1, 2, 3, 4, and I stretch this one out. 1, 2, 3, 1. I can't even see 1. I'm just gonna 1. Hold on a second. Wow, I'm having a hard time seeing 1. I shouldn't have made so many lines. I would have been able to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the fourth one, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 areas void here, 2 areas void here, and 1, 2, 2.5. Wow, are they the same? Are they the same length? Maybe if I darkened them in a little bit, I'd be able to see a little bit better. Are they the same thing now? I didn't make the cross in the top over here, right? Let me do that over here, I'm thinking. Let me draw the line here, draw the line here. So what would we have left? That's what would look left. That's exactly what it would look like after. And the only reason for that is I'm not allowed to touch any of the walls. So at the same time, when I do that, you see is that what I see? Yes, yes. I see that. Not sure. You see that? See, I'm just, there's something in there. I just can't really see what it is. Why am I not allowed to do the same thing from each one? Did I do that right? Or did I do this wrong? Right, I couldn't have come to that line over here. So flat is here, flat is here. They're both the same thing. And this, if you take a look at the hat of the Jack. It's the same hat as this over here. See the hat? The King also supports the same kind of hat. See the way it opens up? If you put 2 of these together, if you put 2 of these hats together, you have the clam. And if you put 2 of these hats together the other way, you would have that. Almost looks like the Aleph. This side and that side. But anyways, that's what this is. And this is what I get out of my cards showing you that story. You know, we have energy in this world, and they call it nuclear energy, right? And well, everything is dangerous. Everything is dangerous. Dangerous everywhere. If you abuse someone, you are dangerous in yourself. If you drive too fast, if you eat too much, anything in success over a period of time can bring on harm is danger. Not because somebody possesses something is it danger. Not because they possess something is it danger. Somebody qualified to possess a tractor. If you don't drive the tractor properly, it's danger. If you possess home cleaning goods, and my video is very blurry. Why did it just all of a sudden blur out? Is it the cameras? I don't know. Do not provoke someone. And just because somebody has something, it doesn't mean it's dangerous. It's only because of the story that you sold that sat in the head over and over. What did your mother say when you were younger? It doesn't mean your mother was smarter than you when you're your mother's age or your father's age. And it's not whether you're smarter, but you know different. That makes your knowledge different. That makes all the difference from when they were growing up and the evolution of time and when you're growing up. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Hope you enjoyed this session. You and me, human beings on this planet.
Let's live in peace, John Lennon. Thank you.